Hey T-Squad, it's Kirsty. So I just watched how T-Pain exposed the music industry. And honestly, this wasn't just a career retrospective. This was a masterclass in how the music industry chews people up, spits them out, then rewrites history like it never happened. Let's get into why this stood out to me. First off, T-Pain didn't accidentally change music. He innovated. And as usual, the industry responded the same way it always does when someone dares to be different. Ridicule first, credit later. When he came out with heavy auto-tune, people didn't say, "That's new." They said, "That's ruining music." He was mocked, disrespected, and treated like a gimmick, even though that sound went on to dominate hip-hop and R&B for years. What really hit me was how he explained that his sound wasn't considered acceptable until someone else made it cool. Not until certain artists co-signed it did the same people who hated it suddenly pretend they always liked it. And that right there tells you everything you need to know about how fake industry standards are. Another thing that stood out to me was how open he was about being used. T-Pain says everyone is your brother, while they can benefit from you. And once that benefit dries up, so does the loyalty. He talked about doing features for free not once or twice, but repeatedly believing it would come back around. It didn't. When he later tried to charge or ask for the same support, the silence was loud. That's not kindness being rewarded. That's generosity being exploited. And let's talk about creative control. Because this part gets romanticized a lot. Some of his biggest songs, he didn't even want to make them. They were pushed by labels, trends, and executives who cared more about what was selling than what it was costing him personally. Those songs blew up, but his life fell apart in the process. One of the most heartbreaking moments was when he talked about his kids not recognizing him as dad, because he was always on the road, always working, always visible but not present. That's the side of success people never see. Then came the real emotional gut punch, criticism from peers. Not random commenters. Not trolls. Artists he respected. When fellow industry figures told him he had messed up music, it triggered years of depression and self-doubt. And that matters because when your identity is tied to your art, those words don't just sting, they stick. What really made this video different for me, though, was how honest he was about money. Not the flexing the mistakes. Overspending. Trying to keep up appearances. Buying things because that's what success is supposed to look like until the checks slow down and reality hits hard. He didn't blame fans. He didn't blame the economy. He blamed the illusion the industry sells. That illusion showed up again when he talked about canceled tours. Instead of lying like most artists do, he told the truth. Low ticket sales. No excuses. No PR spin. And people respected him more for it. He also pulled back the curtain on how charts, streams, and surprise drops actually work, and spoiler alert, almost nothing is organic. PR teams, ad placements, and manipulated metrics shape what people think is popular. One of the biggest takeaways for me was when he said streaming and gaming made him more money than music ever did. That's not just a personal win, that's an indictment of the system. And finally, selling his catalog? That wasn't giving up. That was reclaiming power. He looked at the numbers and realized it would take a lifetime to earn what he was being offered up front, so he made a smart move and secured his future. What this video really showed me is that T-Pain didn't just survive the industry, he outgrew it. They laughed at him. They copied him. They blamed him. And now they quote him. That's not failure. That's vindication. If you watched this and came away thinking the industry is exactly what it pretends not to be, you're not wrong. And if you didn't know T-Pain's impact before this, you definitely do now. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation isn't over. And as always, keep your tea hot. And your eyes open, keep sipping that tea.